Who you think has the most bangers, Drake or the Beatles?
Oh,
Drake has been.
I'm a classic rock guy, so I have to say personally, I think the Beatles have more. I think the Beatles are over hyped, but I would say the Beatles, unfortunately.
Didn't he break the Beatles record? Didn't he break the record?
I feel like you haven't answered this question, and you didn't want me to answer.
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm just saying. Didn't he? I really don't. I think, but who's really listening to the Beatles nowadays? I know, like they in the movies, right? They'll sample whatever these couple of songs.
A lot of people are. The documentary people got so hyped about, and it was not. I thought it was kind of boring.
I didn't watch the documentary. I haven't watched any. I'm really behind on musical documentaries. I know Freddie Mercury, all of them. I'm behind on the Wu-Tang documentary. I didn't have Showtime. I was waiting for somebody to give me a password.
I always think the Beatles get a lot of credit for what a lot of bands were doing at the time. That being said, I do like the Beatles. I just don't. I think they're a little bit over hyped.
Okay. But specifically though, with this, you say the Beatles. I think Drake. I mean, it was just a time, man. 2009. And I was like, fuck. You never saw a good-looking rapper that was singing.
Yeah.
Like either you're rapping or you're singing. You're not doing both. All right. So they use like if you harmonize, that's one thing like you were doing in the beginning, right? You do a little croon, little riff, right? You could play along with it. That's all right. But like no one really does that for a whole song. Drake was like straight up like singing. And then he was like rapping at a high level. And I didn't understand that. And I think I was still in New York at the time, or just got back from New York actually. And I was just like, what the hell? And this Canadian dude singing, he looks good, pause. And he's rapping at a high rate, not like corny rap. You know what I mean?
Good.
I was like,
he's
what
really,
the
really
hell?
Good.
I was like, what the hell? I just couldn't believe
he's just not
it,
like, it's just not necessarily my number one genre of music. So that's just my bias.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you still got to go for the hometown kid. You know what I mean? You still got to no.
Right. I guess you do.
Alanis Morissette. Well, you don't know. I don't know. You know what? I guess for you though, do you get a lot of Drake questions? Were you here in LA? Have you had a lot of Drake? People
Drake's from there. Yeah, he is from Canada.
Right.
Ask me about John Candy. I'll give you more answers on John Candy.
Right. I get it. For me, before, historically, it was only one rapper that was mega famous enough from North Carolina. And everywhere I went, New York, Atlanta, South Carolina, not them, but anywhere else, Alabama. You from North Carolina? It was Petey Pablo. Oh, you know Petey Pablo? Petey Pablo, right? So he was the only one. Everybody I met that wasn't from North Carolina would say that, and just getting on my nerves. And then like I'm like, all right, dog, okay. You know what I mean? No disrespect to him. We both was rapping at the same time. I was on the radio at the same time.
So there's low competition.
But I just didn't have a record deal, so it doesn't matter. I was just local. I was just local rapper. He had a record deal. But then we got J. Cole. But now people are like, oh, you from North Carolina, J. Cole? Like, yeah.
Doesn't he play basketball?
He does. He does play basketball. I left Raleigh and moved out to LA, but apparently he lives in Raleigh, Wake Forest to be exact. And
he plays on a minor league team, right?
I don't know what he's doing now. I guess I thought he signed up for a Canadian team actually.
Yeah, my buddy went to go see him.
He signed up for the. See how we connected. See how me and you. I told you.
I was like, oh yeah, my buddy Isaac did go. He's like, he went to go see J. Cole. He's like, he's pretty good.
Yeah, because he went to the African League and he was booty in the African League. Then he was trying to get into the G League, NBA G League. He couldn't get into it. And then it was like last summer or last fall. It was like, oh, J. Cole signs with this Canadian basketball league.
Drake signed with the Raptors.
No. I'm sorry. Drake does his own league in his own house.
Drake joined the Raptors after we got good. That always pissed me off. I was like, we could have used Drake like 2 years before, because like he joined when we were like I don't know how much you know about basketball, but like the DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry years.
I'm pretty sure I know all about Canadian basketball. All right.
So when the Raptors started to make the playoffs and like became a relevant team, that's when Drake jumped on board. We could have used them during the dark ages. We really could have during the Andrea Bargnani years.
Right. That's such a Drake thing, though. That's how Drake is, man. I mean, I have a Drake story where I was driving Uber in LA. Thank God you don't have to do that right now. But I mean, I'm not driving Uber now, but I'm just saying this a couple years ago. I was driving Uber and I drove this girl and she said that she had went to a party at Drake House in Calabasas. And the DJ, they only have only have a woman's bathroom? Something like that. It's something weird like that. They only have women's bathroom or something. But also the main weird thing is that the DJ could only play Drake and songs with Drake in them that he approves.
Was Drake there?
Yeah, I think he was there. Yeah, she was.
Because there's that Atlanta episode where he's not actually at the house. Do you know that one?
No, I haven't. I don't really watch it.
She's like, she keeps looking all over for him, and he's not even in the house.
that would be a Drake thing, but yeah, she was like, "Yo, Drake just plays the DJ just played Drake funny. The whole time, and songs with Drake, and like he wasn't allowed."
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that Canadian ego, man. I guess.
OVO,
yeah, I don't know.
October's very own.
OVO, have you been to OVO Fest?
No. I go to Drake Night at the Raptors game a lot, and he doesn't sing. He just throws out stuff, and you get a T-shirt or whatever. It's not that. Not that. It's kind of underwhelming. He doesn't do because like his contract doesn't allow him to sing at halftime. You're like, wouldn't he just sing? Sometimes he goes over to the DJ booth and mixes some Drake songs, plays some of his pre-recorded music. But you're not gonna. I was like, I thought we'd get a live like he. Sing a couple songs at halftime on Drake Night.
Now that it comes with a different price when you are artists that when you perform, because when you're doing a performance, then the record label I don't think he's in a maybe he's not in a 360 deal, but you got to give money to your performance. Some artists got to give money from their performance to the record label and stuff. And so it's just they got to pay him more, It's just like when artists go to the club, they could just walk through, right? They get paid for a walkthrough. But, I've been to some parties where the artist is on the flyer. They going to be there. They just walk through and leave. But I thought they was going to perform, like you say, like, wait a minute. They're not going to perform? It's like, nah, they just here. What? I got to watch them in the VIP pop bottles? What the hell? That's all I wanted to say about that. But Drake, it's enough Drake talk. Shouts out, I mean, I like rapping Drake. I don't like singing Drake. Shouts out to Chaclair, Cardinal Official, who shaped me as a young rapper. All right, Cardinal Official definitely shaped me as a young rapper, trying to get my skills